Hello, I'm Rue. My name is Rue Paines, and singer-songwriter from England. Just here to do some shows in Brazil over the next week or so.
And my first question is about your last EP that was recorded in your living room.
Yeah.
This is so different. And I really want to know, how was this idea? How this happened to you? How this worked, the creative process?
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually done a fair few things in my living room. Like my first album, I did quite a lot of it in my other living room in a different house. And I think for me, it's just really nice because you're recording in like a same space that you write. And so it feels really natural and the atmosphere is nice. Whereas sometimes you go into a studio and it's kind of cut out all the sound. So you kind of feel like there's not a huge amount of natural ambience to work with. But yeah, this last EP, we moved house and we were in a little cottage in the countryside, and it was a really busy time. It's just like filling out forms and just, like it's hectic. And then I just wanted to carry on making things, but I wanted to do it in a relaxed way. So I just thought, do you know what? Like, don't overthink it. Don't make a big deal of it. Just write some songs and record them with a friend or something like that. And it was really nice and just very peaceful process. Yeah.
And talking about this process, your songs, they are very honest, they are very intimistic songs. So you write the songs to understand yourself or to connect with people, or both of them?
Definitely both. I think like I don't ever want to write songs thinking that I've got something to say to people that I wouldn't say to myself. And then I'm like, so I think the process is often like you're living life, you're working things out, and then you realize that you're having like a conversation that you feel like you need to kind of write down. You need to kind of do something with it, and then the joy of like the process of like then sharing it with people and then feeling that maybe they feel understood or something like that too. That's like a really amazing surprise. But I think it's quite important not to write for that, like, because then you're just kind of doing it to try and get a pat on the back or something like that. Like I feel that as a writer, it's the pleasure for me comes in unpacking life and putting it into songs, and then it's like an amazing bonus when people feel like, oh, I get that, or I really feel that, or so that's just a really beautiful thing. Yeah.
And the name of the page, the set list. But for you, do you have like a set list that is an influence for you when you record something, when you write something? Do you have some that you are always listening to inspire yourself?
Oh, what, like list of songs that maybe when I'm recording that I might listen to? That's really no, not specifically, but I do sometimes, like say on a recording day, I like get up and I'll go get a coffee or something like that before the day begins, and often I end up listening to music in the car, and it's different every time. But yeah, you start to kind of think about things you did yesterday in the studio or recording or whatever, and you're like, oh, like that kind of reminds me a little bit of this or something, and you go listen to that and you're like, oh yeah, and then you kind of, it's all part of the process actually. But often I think I quite like listening to things that don't have words and, when I'm recording, because it's like less distracting. So just things that are like classical music maybe is just more of a mood or something like that, or so you're not listening to too many things that are competing with your thoughts. Yeah.
And your songs talk about love, growth, and things about life. So what's your inspiration when you are writing the songs and the melody?
I think for me, like you were asking earlier, like do you write to understand? Like I think that's a big part of it, because it's kind of like digging for treasure a little bit. You kind of you can do a lot of digging that isn't treasure, and then you can do some that is, and then you're like, ooh, found something, and then it becomes a song, And but I think that the inspiration side of it is actually just, it's about the way that you decide to look at things. I notice a big difference between times when I'm not writing and times when I am, because when I'm not writing, I just kind of, can quite often just go about life as if it's a very normal thing. And then when I am writing, and when I say writing, it's like getting into a headspace to write. I kind of look at everything differently, and it's really nice because you start to think more in more detail about what you're experiencing and what you're passing through. You pay more attention. It's like when you're painting, you look at a view with way more intention than if you're not doing a painting, and it's kind of like that, but in a musical writing sense. So yeah, it's more of a mindset, I think.
And it's your third time here in Brazil, right?
Yes.
So how are you feeling to do these shows here and to be here in a different culture that really loves your music?
I'm so excited. I've wanted to come back here for a long, long time. Like the last time I came out, in particular, was just so nice. Like, really loved doing the shows. I was really ill, and I remember when you're ill on tour, it's like rubbish because you've gone all that distance, and then you're like, oh, everyone's gonna be so disappointed. But everyone was so nice, and I remember just feeling like, oh man, even when you're feeling poorly and all this, such a nice experience. And then obviously it's just beautiful country as well, some sun. It's nice. In England it's pretty wild. So yeah, we spent 3 days at the beach before this, just settling in, and just it's so nice. It's a really nice opportunity to. I love going to a different culture as well. It's one of the nicest things about being musicians. You travel so much, and you get to kind of experience the different flavors around the place. So yeah, I'm buzzed.
And to finish, we have a quick quiz, and I'm going to say 2 options, and you have to choose just one. Okay. First of all, morning or night?
Morning.
City life or countryside?
Countryside.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Lyrics or melody first?
Oh, nightmare. Melody.
And to finish, your favorite song of all time?
Oh my goodness.
Is that difficult one?
That is so difficult. I have got a few, but that's so hard. I can't say what my favorite is. I'll tell you what the first song I ever loved was, because that's what comes to mind, which was the first song on Sigur Ros's album Brackets. The first song on that was the first song that I listened to, and I was like, I love music. Sorry, I just lost my voice. But yeah, that song may not be my favorite of all time, but I remember listening to it and being like, oh wow,
Changed your life.
Yeah, definitely. Especially there's so much atmosphere in it. That's I think one of the moments I realized that music can really transport you and make you take you from one place that feels really normal to a place that feels really magical. So yeah, that comes to mind.
And to finish, a song that it's your song that you are always going to play, that is always being your set list.
It's got to be Little Giant or Know Me Well. Those two I just love playing still, and I played them for 15 years.
That's it. Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you. Can you sign here? I have the questions in my notebook, and I'm always asking for a sign.
Oh yeah.